Voting situation, there's a little bit of confusion out there.
It's been a long week, full of mixed messages and confusion.
Let me go through it for you very quickly.
In Australia, the federal government is enforcing strict social distancing laws and has banned all non-essential travel. People have been advised to stay home, yet we're also being told that we can drive to shopping centres to buy alcohol or get a haircut. In fact, at one stage, the federal government itself was requiring the newly unemployed to queue for hours at government Centrelink offices to register for assistance. And incredibly, last weekend, the Queensland state government required all 3.3 million Queenslanders to vote in compulsory local elections. The Queensland government claimed that there was no health risk and threatened those that didn't vote with $133 fines. So given all the inconsistent and mixed messages, you can understand how people are confused with what is considered safe and acceptable. Common sense would indicate that heading out on your boat or jet ski is one of the best ways to self-isolate, especially if you're already fueled up and able to obey social distancing laws. But are the ramps open? And is it legal to go boating or jet skiing? Well, firstly, the situation is constantly changing, but I wanted to give you a summary of the information as of late Friday the 3rd of April 2020. If you know of any changes, can you spread the word and help others by leaving a comment below? Okay, so on Queensland's Sunshine Coast where I live, the local council is advising that their public boat ramps are closing due to a direction from the state government. But at the same time, the state government is publishing that their public boat ramps remain open. Okay, so you may still be able to find a boat ramp to launch from, but are you legally allowed out in the water? Well, it depends where you live and what you're going to do.
If you need to use that boat for purposes of work, for home, fishing, then that's okay.
For example, in Queensland, the state government has advised that recreational boating or jet skiing is prohibited. But you can still go locally for essential travel or if you are fishing for food. Apparently, fishing has been permitted because it is a form of food gathering. The allowances still require people to abide by social distancing laws, so a maximum of 2 people spread at least 1.5 metres apart unless they are members of the same household. Like Queensland, New South Wales is also allowing people to boat locally, provided you are fishing. But their justification is not that fishing is food gathering, but that it is a form of passive exercise. Unfortunately, it is not clear if this ruling extends to jet skiers, as one New South Wales MP has specifically advised that jet skis are not boats. And in Victoria, I'm reading that they have declared a complete ban on recreational boating and jet skiing, with some people already receiving warnings and fines from the police. So as you can see, there is no consistent rule or interpretation, so it's really difficult to know what to do. And sadly, with more and more shutdowns, there's a lot of people with spare time who are wanting to head out onto the water. In my opinion, if you stay close to home and have an uneventful trip, being out on the water is one of the best ways to self-isolate and practice social distancing. I certainly won't pass judgment on anyone who decides to go, but for me personally, I'm going to stay home. I don't live on a river or canal, so I'd need to drive to a public boat ramp to launch. And I'm also low on fuel, so I'd need to detour to fill up at a petrol station. And then there's always the possibility that I could run into trouble out in the water and need others to come and assist me. Plus, I know some like to demonise jet skiers as selfish and irresponsible, so I don't want to add to that perception. Perhaps if this situation drags on for months, I might get itchy feet, but by that stage we should hopefully have some clarity on what exactly is permitted. Well, enjoy your weekend however you spend it. Hang in there and I'll see you next time.